the Buckaroos and Hangnail in the back about their Trios Challenge. They have issued an open Trios Challenge to anybody that wants to face them. Well, here comes the Dork Order in. You got Pizzeria Uno leading the charge and speaking for everybody. Again, a f***ing giant dumpling clad in pleather. And you got Little Brutus. And you got Alex. Alex was his name.
Reynolds.
And I thought his last name was his name. Because that's what anytime everybody sees him, they go, what's his name? So they come in and do some bad comedy where Maddie of the Buckaroo said, oh, you guys were on TV. You busted our take. And I'll go ahead, Brandon, keep rolling. And we'll start again. And he starts trying to do the promo again. This is so staged. And basically, here's the crux. They want to accept the challenge because it's more friends having issues. And old Fat Uno said, you abandoned us for them to Hangman. Remember Hangman when he was a drunk loser? Remember last Thursday? He was hanging around with the job guys and riding them around on his lawnmower. This happened from the start of the company. Nobody ever cared. Nobody ever wanted to see the Dork Order when they were an evil heel group or a offbeat babyface group. Nobody cared that Hangnail was their friend. Only the softest of the soft of the Buckaroos fans have ever given a shit about any of this. And it could have easily been replaced with a test pattern. But now we're back to it. After 4 years, the Dork Order is mad that Hangnail abandoned them for his other friends, Maddie and Nikki. And there we go. So they're going to have a match later on. Remember that, folks.
I tweeted it out, and it may have been later on, but it applies here, so we'll say it here. Have the Young Bucks meant less at any point since they left TNA?
Since they were Generation Me?
Seriously, because they had a run on the indies and everything that led up to AEW. They're stale right now. There's nothing happening. There's no buzz around them. The fans don't react to them. There's a big difference in the reaction they get when they come out with Omega versus Adam Page, but I don't know, the Bucks feel really stale right now.
Well, there's a big difference in the reaction that Ronnie Wood and Charlie Watts got when they came out with Mick. And, that's, again, the difference in, well, I don't know if the Buckaroos, if they have just been overexposed to the point where everybody's seen everything they've got because they don't have that much. It's always the same. And whether people are just bored of it or whether, mass hysteria wears off after a while, and so does hypnosis. Anyway, so that match was promoted, and it came up at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. The Dork Order of Pizzeria Uno, Little Brutus, and Alex was his name against the Buckaroos and Hangnail. And Hangnail at this point is still a non-entity. The most famous and most over he's ever been is when Punk has illustrated how he started this whole thing that is probably going to be the thing that led to the ruination of their company when all the histories are written. By being a fucking, what was it, an empty-headed dumb fuck that's never done anything in the business and trying to go into business for himself.
Dipshit,
dumb fuck. You say tomato, I say fuck you. So the Buckaroos won. They beat the Dork Order. And then the BBC hit the ring and jumped them. And Moxley stabbed Page in the head with a screwdriver 4 times so he could get a pap smear. I guess he's scared of the blade in addition to the other things he's scared of. They beat up the baby faces with chairs, and the Dork Order walked off and let it happen. Nobody else tried to come down and help. The heat went on forever. Moxley slobbered and slurred on the microphone. Someone should give him a cognitive test. I'm afraid the CTE is setting in early. And he basically says we should finish this by going beyond our limits. because that's the cool kind of imagery that he conjures up with his incredibly compelling promos. July 19th in Boston, Blood and Guts. So we got another fucking 5 against 5 garbage match with anything goes and everybody's going to bleed. Boy, that's different. And this rotten fucking match and angle lasted 20 minutes. 20 fucking minutes. So we have had basically 45 minutes, counting the breaks in the middle, of 6-man tag team matches involving people that shouldn't be on national television. Your thoughts, Brian?
This is the problem Tony has when he allows guys to pick who they want to work with and only work with their friends. You get the Dork Order, who no one cares about, mixing it up with the Bucks and Page. The Bucks have less buzz than at any point in the last 10, 15 years. Adam Page, milquetoast. And then after that match, which I don't think anyone in the building really seemed to care too much about, you hear from people in the building, they're like, oh yeah, people were into everything. I'm going just based off like reactions. Didn't seem like that match had even what Moxley and Ishii had, and that match was awful. And then the BCC run, then again, the screwdriver.
Well, now, in all fairness to the Buckaroos, after you see a match like Moxley and Ishii, you wouldn't react to anything. You're just dead inside.
Well, speaking of which, Adam Page is a lucky guy that he's not dead 4 times with a screwdriver in the head.
Well, but the thing is, they got him in the head. And as we recall, that's empty.
This stuff is terrible, and however hot certain things in AEW are, like a New Japan co-promoted pay-per-view which does good business, or a Wembley Stadium show that before any matches were announced, because of what it is and what it signifies, people were there to see, or people were going to buy tickets to go to see. You can't tell me this stuff with the BCC and the Elite is any good, and that it's doing any good for the company right now.
I won't argue with you.